I remember he tried to put his gun in my mouth. I remember it felt afterwards like my mouth was open for the whole time. I remember my mouth felt stretched afterwards. I remember he put his tongue all along my teeth. He ran his tongue along my teeth on the inside and on the outside. When he ran his tongue along the bottom of the teeth, it seemed natural, like a tongue, but when he ran along the top of teeth, he had to touch them with the bottom of his tongue, and it was too smooth. It seemed oily, and it made a lot of water in his mouth. His mouth was very wet.
Blends, flavors and tastes and textures. Everything is perfect. I could go on, I dictated. Everything is beyond belief, tender, effective, sensational blend. Whatever he's blending. Highly liquid, steep, rimmed, very difficult to eat. Needed a spoon. Not great. It wasn't. You get the side juicy bits. Everything except head and tail. The soul was trimmed. Soft. Generous. It was dry and shriveled. It was a dump.
I remember he tried to touch his tongue
India
as far down in my throat as he could reach. It choked me. I couldn't swallow and I couldn't breathe. I remember one time he coughed a little in my mouth. He tried to pretend it didn't happen. I remember his mouth still had some pieces of food in it. Little soft pieces of the hamburger, I guess. I remember he sucked my tongue in his mouth when I put it in his mouth. I remember he pushed again my mouth when I was closed. I mean, I just kissed him. He really pushed. he pushed my mouth open. I couldn't keep my lips closed. He was pushing so hard. It hurt. And he kept pushing so that our teeth touched. I was afraid he would break one of my teeth. I remember one time he put his finger between my legs. He got it wet and he tried to put that finger in my mouth. I remember he put all of his fingers in my mouth. He pushed down in my tongue. It made a lot of water come in my mouth, and he wouldn't let me swallow.
Perfect. Fresh sandwiches. Scones with jam and cream. Chocolate cake. Raspberry rounds. A chocolate macaroon. One of the great meals of all time. Sunday waved goodbye. Dinner was mishandled. I'd found it to be earlier. Don't take it from me, although why not? Only Downer is awful. I had, in no particular order, a strong punch of knuckle juice. Everything is beyond belief. Tender, effective, sensational. Whatever he's blending. Geraldine kept muttering, usually terrible. An Aladdin's cave of taste bud enlightenment.
I remember he had his tongue in my mouth and he opened his pants. It was all quick for him. He had to move around, but he tried to keep his tongue in my mouth. It meant his tongue seemed like something else, except the tongue was just sticking up, and I had it in my mouth. I remember when my face was in his pants and the opening of his pants, he pushed on the back of my head, and I remember when I had it in my mouth. Finally, he put 2 fingers in the corners of my mouth with it and stretched my mouth open. Then he pulled my mouth down on it. He pulled my mouth as if he was fitting my mouth to it. He bent my head down until it touched the back of my throat. It choked. It made my throat open as if nothing was between my mouth and my stomach. I felt hallowed. Then he lifted my head, and then he pushed it down again. I remember it was very slow. I remember it was like having something in my mouth that I couldn't touch. I got the idea.
It was full of Saturday boys. That's a marvelous phrase. I can do business with him, he's a Saturday boy. This visit was unique. I got them. They were both so good I didn't even mention it. Not important. There's always a rare day. A way around this is for me to order things. I don't want on the basis that I'll probably get something else. The King's Head. Charming and interesting readers. That produced a 20-minute silence finally broken by the words, to stretch a bit beyond that.